French toasted homemade buttermilk Belgian waffles. You heard that right. Buttermilk Belgian waffles made from scratch. That I then dipped into a French toast mixture. Crazy. That has orange zest in it. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. If you're on a diet, don't do this, but otherwise you gotta try this.
This shirt just wasn't working. I can see the outline of your body shape.
I'm a dad.
Yeah, you don't have to have dad.
We've all had a waffle, right? We've probably all had French toast. But have you had a French toasted waffle? Have you? Be honest. I bet you haven't. What could go wrong? I mean, you got the crispy and delicious Belgian waffle, homemade from scratch, dipped in a beautiful egg batter, with a little bit of orange zest. We're gonna take two American classics. Wait, French toast. Wait, French fries are American classics. I don't know, is French toast an American classic? Or is it a French classic? I don't know. Yeah, besides the point. Two things that us Americans enjoy in the morning, very much so. You can tell I enjoyed a few myself. Two of those things together today from scratch. It's pretty easy actually. If you've never made Belgian waffles yourself from scratch, way better than boxed, and it's an extra 5 minutes. So let's do this. The dry ingredients for your waffle mix will include sugar, baking soda, baking powder, salt, and flour. You'll need 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. So just grab them, throw them into the bowl. Then 1 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Now baking powder can clump up a little bit, so break it apart with your fingers and throw it into the bowl. You'll need 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, followed by 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. All right, for the flour, here's a little tip. Don't take your measuring cup and dip it into your flour. You will compact the flour into the measuring cup and you'll put too much into the recipe. So if you've ever baked something in the past and it's come out dry, it's probably because you've dipped your measuring cup into the flour, you've compacted the flour, and you've put too much flour into your recipe. So simply just take something like another measuring cup and dump the flour into your measuring cup and level it off with a knife, just like you see me doing here. It's that easy. All right, grab your whisker. No, not that whisker, this whisker. And just mix everything up with the whisk. Grab yourself a fine mesh strainer as such, dump your ingredients into the fine mesh strainer and separate them, creating a beautiful fluffy texture in your waffle. Let's make it snow. Woohoo! A few of the ingredients, the baking powder, will get stuck and clumped up at the bottom of the strainer. That's fine, push it through with your fingers. All right, we did our dry ingredients. And now we're gonna do our wet ingredients. All we need is buttermilk, vanilla, butter, and eggs. Let me show you how.
Use softened butter. Sometimes it sticks a little bit to the inside of the wrapper like that, so just grab a spatula, push it off into your bowl, no biggie.
I love buttermilk. I really do. I really actually like the smell of buttermilk. I think it's like the people that like the smell of gas. Oh. I actually have a friend. Hi, Mike, man. His wife sent him to the store to get buttermilk, and I don't know what she was making. And he came home with the buttermilk. She opened it up, and she smelled it. She goes, "It's spoiled. You gotta go get more." He went to the store. He got more buttermilk. Brought it home, and she smelled it. And she's like, "You got me another spoiled buttermilk." Hi, Cheryl.
We've got 1 3/4 cup of well-shaken buttermilk poured into a bowl with a spout so it's easy to pour. Yeah, get it all out. Now add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract to your buttermilk. Take 2 eggs and expertly crack them in the bowl without...
Oopsie.
breaking them all over the place. Now that's much better. All right, grab your whisker and whiskity-a-doo-doo-a-dee-da-a-doo-da. Make sure everything's incorporated and that egg is well beaten. Then you can take your wet mixture as such and slowly drizzle it into your dry mixture while mixing with a whisk. Now go slow, don't go crazy, or you will blow flour all over the place and make a giant mess that you'll have to clean up. Then you can pour the rest into the mixture and slowly get it together until it's well incorporated. You don't want to overmix, you don't want to overbeaten, or you will make a flat waffle. So just get it incorporated without any lumps. Grab your butter. Now I took my butter, I melted it, and I put it in the fridge for a little bit to cool it down. And I'm going to slowly incorporate it with the whisk into the mixture as you see me doing here. Don't overbeat, just get it in there. It's that simple. For the French toast dip, we have honey. We're going to make orange zest, vanilla, salt, eggs, and then you can use half and half. If you'd like to use skim milk, you can use skim milk. I'm going to use a mixture of skim milk and heavy whipping cream to kind of create a half and half, but any of those will work depending on the richness that you want. Let's try it again with the eggs, shall we? I'm actually really good at this. I usually don't make too many mistakes. You're going to need to put 6 eggs in here. Now the key is not get any shell in there. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get it out, but I usually never do get shell in there. Oh. First 3 no shell. And then tons of shell. All kidding aside, if you do get some shell into your egg, not a big deal. Grab an open shell and you can easily scoop it out. Take your whisk and give your eggs a nice beat down until they beg for mercy, or just beat them together like this. You'll need ½ teaspoon of vanilla extract. Try not to dump flour on the floor like I just did. And then a large, well-filled ½ teaspoon of honey, like so. Zesty zest, about 1 teaspoon of orange zest for Zach the zebra. All right, I mean, just take a teaspoon of orange zest and get it into the bowl. If it doesn't come out, grab a whisk and get it out. Then add a ½ teaspoon of kosher salt to your mixture. Now add 1½ cups of milk to your mixture. Slowly drizzle it in and whisk it together to create a French toast custard. All right, so now we have a nice orange, zesty French toast batter. Oh my God, it smells insane. Incredible. Remember how I told you to take your waffle mixture and put it into something with a spout? Well, here you go. Now pour it into the middle of the waffle iron and shut it. Now don't put too much waffle mixture into your waffle iron or it will spill out over the edges. Trust me, I've made a mess. It's awful. You have to clean it up forever. Don't do it. Just pour it in the middle, about halfway. And there she blows. So we're going to take the Belgian waffle that we just made and some waffle batter, not the French toast batter.
in a bowl. Take your waffle and dip. Okay, just one side, dip. Take that dipped waffle, now turn around, put it onto your frying pan and let it cook up a little bit. You see on the bottom here of the waffle, we dipped it into the waffle batter, and now we have kind of a nice area, a smooth area to dip into our French toast mixture. So that's what we're going to do next.
Now take your waffle on that batter side that you just fried up and just lay it right into that French toast custard and let it sit there for a little bit. You only need to do the one side, don't do both. Add 1 tablespoon of butter and 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil to your pan. Let it all melt together, creating a beautiful oil for your waffle to cook in. You're going to want to grab underneath this big boy so it doesn't fall apart and throw it in the pan. Once the French toast custard side has turned brown, flip it over and just gently warm up the other side of your waffle for a good minute or two.
Cool.
You can take these out of the pan and serve them on either side. I sort of think the French toast custard side is far more interesting to look at, so that's the side I'm going to have up. And serve it as so.
And there you go. French toasted waffles. Belgian waffles. Everything made from scratch. All you need now is pick your poison. Real or fake. Real or fake, or both. Or neither. You could, of course, put whipped cream and strawberries and blueberries and different fruits or whatever. Jam, I don't know what you do. Whatever you normally do with a waffle or with French toast, do it with this. Now for me, nothing really beats the classic real maple syrup. A little bit crazy with the syrup. All right. And then I like to do just a little dusting of powdered sugar. And yes, I'm using my hand. My powdered sugar thing's in the closet and I don't feel getting it out. And that's it. Breakfast is served. Let's see what we got here. Whoa. Mm. Yep. Absolutely absurd. Just as absurd as you would think. You get the crispiness of the waffle and that buttermilk, just yumminess of a Belgian waffle, but then that eggy and then French toast flavor, and then that little pop of orange zest on top of it. It's just such an interesting dynamic. I mean, this is the best French toast I've ever had. I mean, it must be like 4 billion calories, but if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna splurge, go all the way. I'm just gonna eat this whole thing right now. My daughter's staring at me, she wants to try it. It's still crisp, and there's that beautiful egg texture. I love it. You gotta try this, try it.